Welcome, traveler, to the Inn at the Edge of Greenwood, a cozy roleplay podcast where adventurers from many realms come to tell their tales. You won't find any dice rolls or TTRPG mechanics here, just good old-fashioned make-believe and storytelling. We hope you enjoy your stay, and if you do, that you let us know with a review. Thank you for joining us. Now, let's grab something hot to drink and listen to a story. Dear friend, today's story will be the last for a while. I'm sorry it took so long for me to write again, and that I'm going away again right afterwards. But you'll understand why after I tell the story. Or at least the going away part. Here goes. The Inn at the Edge of Greenwood, Book 2, Chapter 10, Kindred Spirits. Waking up this morning, you expected to find yourself in the Lucky Gryphon. And when your blurry morning eyes first start to open, it felt familiar. You see wooden walls and hear a fire going, and you're in a comfy bed. But as you rub the sleep from your eyes and begin to take in your surroundings, you very much miss the staples and benchmarks and touchstones of your abode. You see a more plain, generic room around you with a small end table, little washing basin, brass mirror, and very sparse surroundings. You look down and realize you're on just kind of like a straw mattress and find yourself in what looks like a tavern room or an inn room, but not the one that you fell asleep in.
Well, this is definitely different.
You can hear out the door various people walking down what sounds like a hallway, and just muffled voices, probably people greeting good morning or whatnot. And again, you hear that fire kind of going below and various sounds that, again, are familiar sounds to you of perhaps a breakfast getting started. But everything's just a little off and different.
Well, this is certainly strange. The first thing that Quincy would definitely do is he would make sure that he has his supplies with him. Like, there's one thing in particular that Quincy never takes off is his modified bag of holding, essentially, that is kind of like strapped to his leg there, and he named it Waffles because it has so many pockets in it. So he instantly checks that's there, that's good and fine. So opens it up and puts his hand right deep in, kind of like elbow deep, kind of getting in there and shuffling around and feeling for something in particular. All right, that's still there. All right. Okay, so I'm not dead yet, I think. And so I'll shuffle around and get up and check the room and just kind of see that everything seems decently normal. I don't feel in danger, and I don't sense the ominous as on adventures. And so I suppose I would go to the door and peek it open and see it outside and see what I can see. What do I see?
Yeah, so as you look out, it is indeed a hallway. And you see that very quickly that you're on a second floor. There's a long hallway with doors on either side, kind of hotel style. And there is a stairway to your left that is going down into some space that's larger, and you can see brighter light, a little bit of sunlight, a little more firelight kind of coming from down below. As you're kind of standing there, you hear, excuse me, and
sorry,
a large foot kind of goes past you as this tall furbolg man, ducking himself to be able to fit in the hallway, just goes, good morning, and
hello, excuse me.
Yes.
So sorry. Hello. This is a very awkward question, but where are we? What is this place called again?
Well, I'm just traveling through myself, but this is, I think they called it the Inn at the Edge of Greenwood. It's just a little... You must have gotten in very late last night and been very drunk.
Something must have happened, of course.
Well, come on and have breakfast, friend.
Absolutely, yes, please, lead the way, after you.
Right. The furbolg heads down, ducking even further to get through the doorway at the bottom of the stairs. As you come in behind him into this main area, what you see before you is a large banquet hall style tavern room. It has tall vaulted ceilings with these big thick wooden beams going across. No second floor, but some chandeliers with candles hanging. There is on your right hand side, all the way down at the end of the banquet hall, a large roaring fireplace where you can already see some sort of stew or perpetual soup is going. There are various tables and chairs scattered about. And to your left, a little closer, is an L-shaped bar, behind which is working a youngish, maybe mid-30s, very slender man with kind of a mop of brown hair on the top of his head. He's wearing a leather apron, and he's serving things up and talking to people and just engaged in friendly conversation. There's probably like 4 or 5 folks down here, including the Furbolg, of varying species and whatnot, who are just settling in and getting ready for breakfast.
Wonderful. I'll take it all in and be like, this is lovely. I'll have to mark the spot. The inn at the edge of the Greenwood. I'll walk over to the bar, to the innkeeper. Excuse me, innkeeper.
Yes. Hi. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't recognize
hello.
your face. Were you with one of the others?
Funny story. I seem to have woken up in one of your rooms earlier. Hello, by the way, my name is Quincy OK. I don't know how this happened, but I fell asleep in my own tavern and somehow woke up in this one. So where am I exactly?
Well, nice to meet you, Quincy. My name's Henry, and
pleasure, Henry.
Yes. Take comfort in the fact that you're not the first person to have this experience.
Oh, good. Oh, wait, your inn has a habit of taking people from their beds?
No, not that exactly. We just, I guess to confirm, are you from the Kingdom of Alson?
No.
Okay, you've never heard of it, I assume.
It's a new one for me, but I will learn quickly.
Sure. So. This country, this kingdom tends to, I don't know if it's fault lines or whatnot, but there's the magical barriers between planes are thin around here, and sometimes people appear. Normally they just appear on the road and come and visit, but it's not the first time someone's woken up in one of our rooms either.
Fascinating. And so Quincy will kind of dig into Waffles again and pull out like a leather journal and kind of scribble down some lines. Plane that captures people by earthquakes, and just scribbles that in there. What was the name of this plane again?
Well, we just call it home, but we're in the Kingdom of Alson.
Kingdom of Alson. Fascinating. Thank you, Henry. What is this place called? I'm assuming this is your
Yes,
place.
it is. The Inn at the Edge of Greenwood, not a terribly original name, but it serves its point. And as you see, and he points out the open door, and you can see, maybe a quarter mile away, there is a large pine forest.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Oh my. How long have you been here? This seems like a well-established place.
Well, it should be. My grandfather started building it. My father finished it, and I run it now that they're gone. But I've been doing this for maybe about 10 years on my own.
On your own?
Well, sister and mother help, of course.
Of course, a family thing.
Yes.
But wonderful. Well, I am in your debt. Thank you for, I guess, the warm welcome and being here, but I believe I would very much like to try your breakfast. What do you have on the menu?
Absolutely. And he actually gets pulled away real quick and answers another question and pops back to you. He's like, so we're cooking up all the usuals: bacon, eggs, porridge. We do have some cod left over from yesterday that we're kind of putting in a bit of a mix. I'm not sure if you're into fish for breakfast, but it's pretty good.
Oh, I would love some. And could you fry up some mushrooms too and put that on some toast?
Absolutely. Mushrooms on toast. You've got it.
Yes, please.
And he goes to turn away, and then he stops himself and he kind of turns back to you and he goes, I don't mean to presume, but you wouldn't be an innkeep yourself, would you?
A tavern owner, tavern keep. I don't know if there's a proper term for it, but I suppose a host of people as well and adventurers.
See,
like
I
yourself.
could tell by the way you just know your way around things.
Well, it all has a very similar setup, I suppose. You have the wonderful banquet hall. It's decorated gorgeously. I love the candle work over there with the
thank you.
with the multicolored wax. I feel like is that was a fey wax. Oh,
Gorgeous.
gorgeous.
It's not fey, but it was enchanted.
Oh, marvelous, marvelous. Okay, well, my mistake. But the setup is gorgeous, and it's wonderfully homey and cozy and welcoming, as any good inn should be. So I appreciate the effort that you put into what you have done here.
Well, he kind of slaps his palms against the counter a little bit, and he's just like, "We're gonna have to make sure that breakfast is up to a tavern owner's standards." So I'll be back.
I'm sure it will be. Thank you.
He disappears into a door behind the bar that you see has a kitchen behind it. You briefly get a glimpse of a couple people working in there, and there's certainly lots of commotion and people trying to fill breakfast orders quickly and whatnot. No one else comes down. It seems to be just kind of this little group of folks who are here, but as you sit and take in the surroundings about you, everybody just kind of keeps to themselves, but that Furbolg folk does kind of give you a nod at one point when you make eye contact, and just kind of motion for you to potentially join him at his table.
I'll grab a wooden stein from the bar that seems no one's using at the moment and walk over to my Furbolg friend. Good morning, sir.
Well, good morning. You've
Mind if I join you?
please do. Did you find your legs here?
I suppose so. Apparently, this inn at the edge of Greenwood is known for taking people from their sleep from other planes, and people just end up popping up here. I don't know.
I've
if
heard
that
of
makes
weird
any
things
sense.
happening in my travels, but that is a new one.
Oh, I'm sure. I didn't catch your name. My name is Quincy.
Oh, my name is Brennan.
Brennan, pleasure. Are you an adventurer passing on through?
Oh no, not an adventurer. I'm more of a, well, you could call me a bit of a merchant, I suppose, of
Oh, wonderful.
spices and what do they call it? They call them condiments now.
Spice. Oh, I'm actually very intrigued about what you have to sell or what you have available. I do dabble in the culinary a little bit.
Well,
here
in that
from
case, I won't do any business over breakfast, but see me before you leave.
Absolutely, Brendan, absolutely. Now, what did you order for breakfast?
I have myself some fish coming, and then a hearty helping of mixed vegetables.
Wonderful. Well, then you might be able to help me out a little bit here, since you're a merchant and well-traveled and well-versed, I'm assuming, of the local area. What is around here, around this inn, outside these doors?
That's the thing, is that this is a bit of a waypoint between different towns, so you're not going to find anything quickly. However, if you head a little south and a little bit to the east, you'll find Trowbridge, which is probably one of the more big folk populated cities in the country. And then head west, pretty much due west, and you'll get to the coast and find Innaport. And if you're looking for trade and spices and anything interesting, that's the place to go.
Fascinating. I might be interested in looking... I wonder if the innkeeper would know of any mage towers or any spell books for planar travel. Of course, I might need to get home. I might be missed where I came from, of course. But thank you for your information.
Well, that's beyond my my expertise. But what I can offer you, and he reaches into kind of a little bag he's got in his side, and he starts setting out little jars that have various spices and herbs and whatnot in them. And he's like, "This is going to make breakfast next level."
Oh, and I will peruse them. What do I see? What am I looking at?
You see a variety of things that are very strong in color. The reds are very vibrant, like a fine ground red powder. Green so like normally when you have like basil or something that gets crushed, it like ends up a dull green, and this has maintained its vibrant green even upon being ground up, and then just other various herbs and whatnot that you recognize: rosemary, paprika, whatnot, salt and pepper, of course.
Of course. I'll peruse over all the options. I particularly like the green, what's in the green container there, and I'll kind of pick it up, I'll shake it, I'll kind of check the contents of it, and I'll set it back down on the table while reaching into my bag and pulling out a small bottle about the size of, about maybe like 3 or 4 inches high. So about half full of some liquid that kind of shimmers with kind of a reddish hue to it, but also has a very pungent garlic scent to it. And I'll put that on the table, and I'll look at Brennan and be like, I'm not sure if you're interested in a trade. I always love a good trade, but for your wonderful spice here, this green one in particular, I would like to offer you a bottle of my uh-oh sauce. It is a pungent garlic chili oil.
He takes the bottle and pops the top a little bit, and you see his large cow-like nose, nostrils flaring as he sniffs.
Particularly fascinating and wonderful on eggs and fish.
He takes a large pinky and just dips the tiniest bit to taste. Oh, that's something. That is a fair trade, my friend. Did you make this yourself?
It is a recipe that I can't take full credit for, but it's one that I've definitely added to.
Ooh, the heat kicks in a little late on that. Ooh.
It does. It's wonderful. It clears your sinuses. If you have anything else, some people might even think it's like a health potion because no more allergies, as they say.
Oh, if only it were true. He pops the cork back in and squirrels it away into one of his pockets and has a kind of a big dopey smile on his face. He's just very excited to have found something unique. Hands over the bottle of the green herb.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you. I believe that's my food over there at the bar. Enjoy your breakfast, Brennan.
Well,
Pleasure.
you as well. Have a good rest of your day, friend.
And I'll walk back over to the bar.
Your breakfast is indeed being slid out onto the bar, and fresh coffee is there, creamer on the side if you need it, and the innkeeper kind of finishes laying everything out, and then kind of motions. He's like, I won't awkwardly stand here and watch while you eat, but I would love to know what you think of the food when you're done.
Absolutely. And so what Quincy will do is he very much wants to try the new spice he's given, but he doesn't want to be rude and like add to the spice in front of the innkeeper. So what he'll do is he'll cut up half of the food in kind of like halves and eat some of it. And obviously it's wonderful. Fish in the morning is amazing, and mushroom on toast is a uncommon delicacy that is actually needs to be in my opinion, needs to be more enjoyed. But then when the innkeeper leaves, and Quincy will kind of pop open the little bottle of green herbs and sprinkle a little bit on the mushroom toast and the rest of the fish just to add to it. And it just the feeling of just added depth and layer and flavor of savory meets just earthy tones. It's wonderful, and very much enjoying that, and will happily finish his cup of coffee with a little bit of honey that he has in his pockets, of course.
And as you add that green herb onto things, there is a surprising amount of almost gaminess to it. It's got a very round flavor to it that very much complements the mushrooms and the fish and whatnot, but certainly is a bit of a surprise considering you expected something a little more fragrant.
This would be good in a stew then. Noted. Oh, I didn't catch what it was called again. Oh, and I'll call it Brennan.
Oh, yes, sir.
What did you call this? What was this called?
That is called the earth root. Well, that's just what we call it, earth root. Kind of as one name.
Fabulous. Thank you. And Quincy will jot that down and kind of do a quick sketch of what it looks like in his journal. And then I'll notice the innkeeper coming back. It was delicious. Wonderful.
I'm glad to hear.
Absolutely. It was fan-heckin-tastic. I haven't had a good breakfast like that myself in a long time. You should be very proud.
Well, thank you. And I'll let sister know as well. So we appreciate that. Are you going to be heading out this morning, or some folks who find themselves here decide to take off on the road? Some wait around, hoping that maybe the same forces that brought them will send them back. What's your plan, friend?
Well, that is a question I would like to ask you as well. If you know of anyone who frequents your establishment here, or if you might know yourself of just ways of getting back? Like, how often, when people arrive here spontaneously, how long does it take for them to reach home?
It's a good question. Again, many folks who come through the door spend a day, maybe two, and then head out on the road, and I assume that they find their way home at some point. I had one traveler who was in and out in less than 12 hours, and I had one that was here a good portion of a week waiting every night for their exit before it finally came.
Well, this is a thought, and I don't want to intrude, and you have every right to deny, but if it would be all right, I would like to stay here, since this is where the energy seems to have brought me. It might be best just to stay here where the energy might take me back, and I will be very happy to be at your service, help in the kitchen if you'd like, or help out wherever you would need in the time that I'm going to be here. I don't know how long that could be.
Your room is yours for as long as you need it. Do not worry about payment. A little help cleaning up at night might be appreciated, but other than that,
absolutely.
Please avail yourself of the inn. And it's not really a town, as he looks outside, but there's pop-up marketplaces and whatnot for people who live nearby. So, we'll be happy to have you stay.
Wonderful. Quincy will go ahead and just finish the rest of his breakfast, and I suppose just explore the tavern and explore the inn and see what there is to find out for this little stay. He's very curious of this place where people suddenly just appear. So,
at first glance, as you begin to kind of walk around and kind of check in behind doors and whatnot, like, everything is fairly commonplace. If anything, it's a little simple. Like, like, at first glance, it seems to be like there's not a lot of different rooms. There's no hidden doors or anything like that. There's a cellar. There's the second floor with all the rooms. As you start to spend a little more time and look a little closer, you start to see little touches kind of throughout. You see a shelf with coins set up on it, which have no resemblance to each other. They seem to be from all sorts of different either kingdoms or perhaps even planes. You notice that on the side of the fireplace, when you actually kind of go around and look at it, that someone has painted a mural of sorts with a blue dragon, and then at the bottom you see a blue dragon, like a little rough painting of a blue dragonborn and someone who looks like the innkeeper sitting and having a picnic. As you go upstairs and look into the various rooms, just kind of popping your head into any one that is already kind of left open, they all seem very kind of commonplace, except for one, that the bed frame itself seems to be made out of a dragon skull. Oh. And it arches up over top and provides the canopy to sleep in.
Well, that is fascinating. Do I sense, as I'm walking through, like, pockets or, like, any rooms or spaces of particular powerful arcane aura? Any magical presences?
You don't feel different as you move from space to space. As you approach certain items, there's a low hum to a couple of the coins on that shelf. When you get near those candles that the innkeeper said were enchanted, you get a very low vibration feel if you're stopping and paying attention very carefully. But they're more based on items rather than space itself.
All right, then. Well, I'm going to be very curious, and I kind of want to go back to my room where I awoke from, and just very curious, as part of just the nature that Quincy has, would be to kind of move the bed aside, look underneath it, and kind of like not quite tear the place apart, but moving furniture around just to kind of see. He's very curious of like what is happening here.
Yeah. You begin the process of moving things about, looking under the mattress, opening drawers, even moving the small dresser kind of out from the wall to see if there's something behind there or whatnot. And unfortunately for your curiosity, you're not finding anything terribly out of place.
Curious. Well, I do need to get back. I wonder what time is like here. I'll run back down to the inn to the bar and be like, Henry.
Yes,
Henry,
yes, Quincy.
what's the date today or the time?
Well, it would be the equivalent of a Monday. It's at the moment it's about, I would say 2 hours past noon.
Okay. So time doesn't change, just the place does. Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out just everything.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
It's not every day you jump from one place to another and have no idea how you got here. Of course. But anyway, let that happen and let that be as it be. How can I help you?
Well, if you need something to put your hands to, then you can help with getting dinner ready. We're already starting with the pig, and we're gonna be roasting up tonight.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Yes. Point me to the kitchen and put me to work, good sir.
Right. You get led to the kitchen where you meet Mary, the innkeeper's sister, and his mother. You all work through the afternoon into the dinner hours, preparing various stews, and there is a pig that's roasting on the fire. And it's a good time of just in the midst of all this uncertainty and not knowing where you are. There's a very familiar feeling to grabbing a ladle, grabbing a knife, and making dinner.
Wonderful. And if I would like, I'd like to, like, as we're doing this, because cooking is one of those things where, you talk about recipes, you talk about food, you talk about traditions and what you normally do and everything. And I would like to, Quincy would, as kind of like the dinner is getting close to where the pig just needs to cook and everything's kind of like prepped and ready to go, Quincy would look around and see if there are any baking supplies available, like just basic things for cookies and sugar and things for marshmallow and stuff and such like that.
There definitely is. There is butter and flour and anything else that you would need to bake.
Wonderful. So I'd look at Mary and I'd look at her mother and be like, "May I?"
Oh, yeah, certainly. What do you have in mind?
I would like to prepare. You have all been wonderful hosts, and thank you for the warm welcome and allowing me to help you with dinner. And as a thank you, I would like to make you something from my tavern. And Quincy would kind of go over and start mixing together a bunch of different things. He makes like these very thin chocolate cookies that are kind of almost like wafer crackers, very, very biscuit-like, and he would bake those up nice and crisp, and then as that's making, he would go ahead and fluff up in a pan a marshmallow mixture. And when those two are done, he takes them and combines them together. He smashes up the cookie wafers, and then he puts the marshmallow, very, very sticky, with a little bit of butter, and mixes it all together, and begins to form from the really sticky cookie marshmallow mixture this kind of a lump, kind of looks like a piece of coal.
Yeah.
And as he puts them out on the tray and does like kind of a chill spell to kind of cool them down, he'll serve them up, and he calls, "These are my nightmare potatoes. Made of neither nightmares nor potatoes, but they have a wonderful magical effect where I'm from, and the younglings particularly seem to love them because it's just straight sugar."
Everybody takes one and tries one. Henry is actually particularly interested also in that spell you cast, and he kind of leans in. He's like, it was like a fast chilling thing you just did there, correct?
Oh, yes, it was from this, and I'll hold up my my spoon that has it's like a wooden spoon that kind of looks like a soup spoon, but it's been marked and engraved with all kinds of runes and sigils and things like this. And I'm not sure, is magic a commonplace in your world?
Yes, and he actually claps his hands, and you see a little bit of color and sparks come out of his fingers.
Wonderful. Yes. So where I'm from, I use my magic to focus in through my utensils. So I'm able to do things like, it makes cooking very easily, chilling and cooking and frying and heating up things at rapid pace without the need of actual fire sometimes.
His sister hits him in the arm and is like, "See, that would be so much more useful than all the little tricks you do. Why don't you learn something like that?" It's like, yep. No, it's remarkable. And these are remarkable too. And he takes another bite.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
The afternoon, well, the evening at this point passes by, and more folks come, and there's a couple new travelers that come through the inn. You also just see a lot of folks come through that Henry identifies as being locals that come here for dinner, especially when there's something like a whole pig being roasted that night. And it gets pretty full and pretty lively, and it's a nice kind of juxtaposition to how quiet it had been the rest of the day. You get to see the tavern in various stages and what it's like when it's full and full of laughter and joy and drinking and stories. And the night passes and people leave one by one. Things are cleaned up. Eventually Mother and Mary head off to bed, and after kind of taking a couple things out back to one of the storage sheds, Henry comes back in and just kind of slumps down opposite the bar. He's like, "That was a day."
That was a day and a half, sir. You know how to throw a festival or a party.
That's just Monday night.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, you do put in the effort, and
thank you.
I can tell that those that are here truly, truly love what you do and appreciate it. So,
what's your drink of choice?
Do you happen to have apple? What do they call it in normal places? Apple cider.
Hard cider or not?
Not. If you could.
I can take a look. And he heads in the back and comes back a little bit, and he's like, "Had one bit left," and pours
That'll do.
both of you a mug of that and raises a glass to cheers with you.
Cheers, Henry.
So what's your inn like?
The Lucky Gryphon is what it's called. It was named after this young hatchling that I rescued on several occasions from multiple points of mischief, and every time I rescued him, I called him a Lucky Gryphon. Eventually, I found out it might be better that this hatchling stays with me, so I kept it as a pet, and I named the tavern after him.
Did it grow up to be full size?
No, actually, on the second rescue, this little mischievous griffin, I named him Coco, or actually he named it himself because he likes to swim in whenever I make a batch of it. He was actually cursed by a sorceress with an Everyouth spell.
Oh.
So, some would probably really like to have their pets forever young. I've yet to be able to find out how to reverse this spell, but as of right now, he's just a hatchling with the ever-curious, mischievous nature about him. But my tavern is quite similar to yours in aspects of warmth and inviting, wholesome atmosphere. I don't have a family that runs it with me like you do, which adds to a wonderful feeling to your place here, which is lovely. But I do have a family of my own, so to speak. It's kind of a built one. I have while I'm gone, my tavern is in charge of 3 automatons that I have made, as well as our new barmaid Misty, and I let the tavern be under their control for the time being. So
It's good to have good help.
It is. It's good to have trusted help and good friends as well. But yeah, my tavern is. I'm sure you can attest and agree to this. It is a home for those that want to be it, and those that arrive, and we want them to always know that they are welcome. And I can definitely tell that we are kindred spirits in the way that we run our businesses. But
that was the dream from the start with this place, that there would be somewhere where no matter what your past, what your troubles in front of you, when you walk through the door here, it's restful. And we've had all sorts come through. We've had lost travelers and merchants on the way, and criminals and people on the run, and everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a reason for why they are who they are, and
isn't that the most fascinating part? If I could make a currency out of stories, I'd be a wealthy man.
Oh, I wouldn't be working here. I'd be in the capital living it up with that, let me tell you.
The stories are probably one of the most fascinating things, and I just love learning and about other worlds and other adventures and the successes and failures and the journeys that make us who we are.
Do you get the chance to travel much, other than, of course, being ripped from your bed by interplanar shenanigans?
Well, not much anymore. It's a bittersweet thing, but I've kind of committed myself to being a keep at the Gryphon, and I've so far it seems like my life has shifted from going out on adventures and questing and daring heroics to providing equipment and rest and food and just well-placed advice if it needs to be into the hands, arms, and minds of adventurers that pass by or walk through my doors. I kind of consider myself more of a home base, if you will. My favorite part of what I do is that when adventuring parties all arrive at the bounty wall at the same time for the same mission, and they suddenly decide to go out on missions together, it's my favorite thing. It's even better when they all come back and we celebrate that.
That ability of a safe, comforting place to bring people together it's an underrated thing. I had not even given thought to that recently myself, but it is funny how many folks have found each other in these walls, and everywhere from adventuring parties to business partners to future spouses. It's a privilege to get to watch that happen.
It's also quite magical, wouldn't you say?
It is, indeed. He snaps his fingers and sends off a couple sparks again to emphasize the point. Well, you need to get back.
I do.
There are
and
people who need you, it sounds like.
It does, but oh, wait a moment. And Quincy will kind of, again, dig into his bag and unclip it and kind of like, one moment, please, sorry. And then kind of like put his face into the bag and kind of like he about disappears as he's like rummaging, and you hear like clinking and clacking and just kind of like even like the whirring of like some kind of like a buzzsaw, if it sounds like that, and just bottles going all over the place. It's like, oh, no, yeah, no, wait, where is it? Oh, here's an extra one. Yes! Oh, okay, and he'll pull it out. Oh, this is for you.
Oh.
And he'll hand it to Henry. And what it is a coin that looks like a wax seal, and on the front it is emblazoned with the symbol of a griffin that is seeming to be very regally sitting on top aloft a large cook spoon. And on the back, you'll notice it says, "Be safe out there." It says Quincy's Tavern, a one-time use only. And he's like, of course, there's a way back for me. I don't travel very much. But there is a way I can go back, but I have enjoyed spending my time with you here, Henry. This is for you if you'd ever like to visit me.
Oh my gosh.
That is one of my wax seal coins, and if you flip it into the air, you will be instantly teleported to my place, and I will avail you to everything that I have to offer you. But I do have one of my own, and he'll go ahead and pull out the necklace from underneath all of his armor and all of his clothes, and pull out his own wax seal coin on his necklace pendant, kind of pull it off, and to magic in between these walls, Henry. You're doing good things. Hope to see you soon.
To safe travels, and many more comings together of like-minded people in the future for you.
Absolutely. Be safe out there. And Quincy will flick the coin up in the air, and it'll ting, and it'll disappear, and Quincy kind of like disappears.
In that moment of silence as you disappear, Henry sits and smiles and looks at his own coin and almost flips it. And he goes, tomorrow's a big day. I need to be here. And pockets it away. Quincy was a kindred spirit, and the kick in the pants I've been needing. I'm ready for this. To step out from the inn and explore more than the Greenwood. I've loved every moment of our correspondence, and I can't wait to update you in the future. These stories, I've had the privilege of telling you, they mean something. They matter. All our stories matter. I hope you're well, and that the sun is shining on you, that the rain is helping you grow. I'll see you out there somewhere. But it's time to bring home a tale of my own. I'll be in touch eventually. Till then.